pack at the bottom too.
Let the truth be told.
Giving all praises and giving all honor and all glory to the Most High and Him alone. This is another episode, you understand, of Let the Truth Be Told podcast. I'm Zam, you know what I'm saying, Zamron the servant, with my elder, you know what I'm saying, Shemaiah, and also, you know what I'm saying, with our brother Phineas YG, man. We got to make some noise in the building, man, you understand? It's jam-packed, y'all. It's jam-packed. We got a lot that we want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, as we dealing with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of war. I'm going to mute up my mic because the ice cream man just got outside, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and take over.
Hallelujah. All praise. So, family, how's everybody doing? Phineas, how you doing out there?
Man, doing okay, man. Doing all right. How
Well,
you guys been doing?
I'm doing well. You know, I want to say give a shout out to the family out here on the that's joining us on the air today on Let the Truth Be Told, and that's what we're here to do, to let the truth be told. I know y'all see all kinds of escalation happening with the United States and Israel and Iran and a host of other countries jumping in. But know this, that everything that you see in mainstream media is not the truth. I urge people to go look at Al Jazeera, another media outlet. I was just watching it earlier. You know, they think that they give us this scenario that the United States is bombing the heck out of Iran and the Israelis is bombing the heck out of Iran. And the question that I tell people to think about is, how can they come tell you how many casualties Iran has when they're fighting them? How do you know how many got killed in Iran and you're fighting them?
You know, right. That's a great question. And you know what? I'm glad you said that though, Elder, because as you guys are in the chat, you know what I'm saying, and even, you know what I'm saying, as you guys are watching with us, everything that we're going to pull up, I want you guys to comment in the chat what you believe is fake news or could have some legitimacy, right? Mm-hmm. That's what we're going to do today. You know what I mean? Because I think that's a great point that you brought up, Elder, because my father, you know what I'm saying, was either hitting, you know, he hit me up. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, look, son, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you trying to be up on it and everything, but not everything you see is real. You know what I'm saying? And I know, Elder, you kind of been saying the same thing. So, you know, this is why we got to be focused. I feel like, Elder, you know what I'm saying, and YG, I feel like we got to be focused more on us as a nation with everything that's going on right now with the turmoil. You know what I'm saying? And then everything that's being put out with the news, we got to kind of, you know what I'm saying, take some of the truth and then spit out the lies. The same thing that we had to do, you know what I'm saying, with this Bible, bro. What y'all feel?
I agree with you 100% because, you know, we're watching syndicated news. That means it's bought and paid for and it's controlled. You know, as I mentioned before, if anybody watched the movie 1983 or 84, I'm sorry, where they talked about Big Brother controlling the news and all those kind of things. And that's really what happens in this side of the hemisphere. We get fed certain positions that the government wants us to know. They're not going to tell you what they don't want you to know. And they're not, and if they don't want you to know the truth, they're not going to allow that to be aired on the syndicated news. There you go. 1984 by George Orwell. Get the book. They even got an audio book. They even got a movie about it. So, and it was written, I think, back in the 40s or 50s, about 1984. And everything that was going on in 1984, he was talking about it during that time. And it has come to pass, family, for sure. So
it definitely has come to pass. Definitely has come to pass. So let's look at this video. You know what I'm saying? I've seen videos like this before, Elder and Phineas YG, where you have a crisis that's getting ready to happen. You got a lot of turmoil, a lot of uproar that's happening within the United States, and then we'll see a video of somebody erupting in the courtroom. And what I'm kind of alluding to is when we look at this video, y'all, this reminds me of the video that I seen, I believe, with a Latino police officer, and also maybe I don't know what they were, but they was going at like ICE and they was like kicked out.
Yeah,
but
and
I don't know if you seen that. You seen that?
I seen that before you aired. It was a sister in here. I think it was a Javier Barack. She also co-signed about watching Al Jazeera. It's a non-syndicated news. If anybody can get, go to the internet, go to YouTube. You can pull them up on YouTube. You can subscribe. You'll get a better positioning on the news feed globally from Al Jazeera. Like she said, they did just kick out Al Jazeera out of the Israeli media. They don't want them there in Israel. So why is that? But go ahead and air
that. Because they lying. That's what I feel like. As far as like, because they make, look, we gonna get into it. We can talk about this all day, Elder. Hey, y'all, chat. We can talk about this all day. Y'all active in the chat. I'm looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? Yada, you know what I'm saying? Yasharala, shout out to my member. You know what I'm saying? Members in this chat. You know what I'm saying? Says all news platforms are false news in the USA. Specifically in the USA. It's a lot of truth to that, Elder. It's a lot of truth to that, Phineas. What you think, YG?
Absolutely. I believe that. And YG, what you think?
Man, one thing we gotta understand is it's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the last few of the pages, I like to say, of the Bible, which people like to refer as the NT, the New Testament, man. Everything that's supposed to be stated truly isn't truly stated. And that's why we gotta have that spirit of discernment to determine what's good and what's false, right?
Absolutely.
What is evil and what's good. So
yeah, and we have to come out of understanding, which means that we are putting ourselves under a particular authority to being aware. Be aware, understand, overstand. As much as you may not think so, words carry energy, carry a vibration, and that vibration can dictate how your patterns work today. So absolutely, my brother. Absolutely.
Hey, so let's check this video out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because look, remember what my sister said, right? She not lying. So stuff is allowed to be put out for a certain reason. Okay. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that it's fake, but it's put out there, guys, to paint a certain narrative and keep us distracted. If y'all hear my daughter, you know what I'm saying, screaming in the background, Salakia, y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of kids up in this crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let's play this.
Hallelujah.
We're not going to fight this war for Israel. Come on, let's go. America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you that as leaders. Out. This is wrong, Doc. And nobody wants to fight for Israel. Reminder to all our Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand.
Right there. I want y'all to look at my mouth.
Ooh,
bro.
Did you hear
right
that?
There.
Did you hear it?
Oh my, yes.
You can hear the sound.
God.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, bro. When I heard that, bro, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Right.
And the news tried to put out there like it was this lady out there. She was kind of annoying. She was like, they broke his hand. They broke his hand. Somebody do some. You guys are robots. Everybody's standing here like robots. And this is what I kind of go to say, like, you know what I'm saying, what my sister was saying earlier. Like, y'all can't believe everything that's put out as far as what's, you know what I'm saying, what we have in America. Now, do I think that this is a real situation? It could be, Elder. It could be, Phineas. You know what I'm saying? Because that broken arm is definitely real.
Yeah, that's real. Right, right. But here's the
It's real,
thing.
bro.
Here's the thing. Here's what we're
Yeah.
gonna see. One thing I'll say is this: the fall of the United States is not external; it's internal. Although there's instigations abroad, there's a lot of things that's going to happen internally as a result of this conflict. As a result, a lot of things going on out here. We're going to see a lot of things happen internally, and I'm telling Yasharala, the Remnant City Y'all Code, just get your popcorn. This is not your fight. This is not your war. This is not for you to take a position. This is for you to hear the voice of the Almighty in modern day time, telling y'all to gather yourselves together while you still can. And you know you're going to hear me say it. It's time for you to declare your nationality while you have time. Declare in a system. We're going to beat this dead horse continually until you get tired of us saying,
Oh no. Every time you say that, Elder, I'm playing the music because that's the infomercial that we're pushing for.
yeah,
You know how every podcast, you know what I'm saying, they'll just drop what they talking about and there'll be something else be like, let me give you a few seconds to talk about such and such and such. Because that's important. You
right.
know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you
So
know
every time
what?
you
We're gonna
drop that
talk
knowledge, Elder, I'm
after the
playing this
show.
music.
After the show,
Mhm.
us three need to talk.
You said after the show, what, bro?
Us three need to talk.
Oh man, all praises, man. This is good. This is good. But make sure you drop it again. Make sure y'all understand what Elder is saying because this has been literally the message that's been pushed here on Let the Truth Be Told podcast is what Elder has been alluded to, what Phineas has been alluded to. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, y'all, I got some bad weather out here, you know what I'm saying? But y'all just deal with me. But and that's to literally claim yourself as Yasharala, you know what I'm saying? Like what is stated in the Tanakh in Isaiah, right? And so you can do it with your hand. And so these are things that, you know what I'm saying, can definitely be beneficial for us when we're seeing everything turn around to where our enemies are fighting each other. Let's just keep it 100. I mean, look at this guy's arm, man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, man,
Mm.
right? What do you think about that, Phineas? As far as the situation, real or fake?
That situation's real.
Mm,
Mm.
You gotta think about it.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? First off, they're supposed to be this new law where you can't say nothing about Israel, the land, or the Israelis over there. You can't speak on no ill will, none of that, or you're gonna be tried, basically, man. So for a Marine to stand up in court, man, and holler, we don't want to fight for this has to be major. Why? Uh, that dude obviously knows something that we don't know. We kind of know what's really going on because we read and we study, and the Most High has given us insight and wisdom to really decode the scriptures and what it's actually saying. But to the world, he knows something, and he stood up like, "No, we're not going out like that. I'm not going out like that." They said we shouldn't be doing this and standing up for them. And like you said earlier, man, that dude armor's broke. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to believe that he's gonna break his arm for an occasion like this, just for a distraction.
You know what,
I think that's real.
real quick, I want to address this comment because this goes right along with what you said, YG, right? From my auntie. She said, is it wrong to feel bad for some of the strangers who are mistreated? Being an empath is not easy, right? And
Mhm.
my answer, you know what I'm saying, Elder and YG, you know what I'm saying, to my auntie, is that for me personally, you know what I'm saying, and from what I see written in the Tanakh, and how we not even supposed to be rejoicing, you know what I'm saying, as far as the day of judgment, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High is bringing, which we're seeing, right?
Mhm.
And when I think of this situation right here, Auntie, you know what I'm saying, Earth and the Angel, as far as dealing with this soldier, like I have a stepfather, right, who served 20 plus years, you know what I'm saying, in the military. Elder has served years in the military, you know what I'm saying, and so when I look at this, I don't look at nation, right? I don't look at, oh, that's not my nation. I look at, okay, this is where we live at, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of us that are not in these elite positions are just puppets and we don't even know it, which is why that, you know what I'm saying, here and Let the Truth Be Told podcast, we've been reiterating to literally proclaim yourself, you know what I'm saying? Understand who you truly are, accept the punishment of your iniquity, because right here, you know what I'm saying, I feel bad, honestly, for this
Hey,
soldier. I've seen a lot of people talk a lot
hey,
of shit, right, excuse my language, about this soldier, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, oh, his wife is Palestinian and this and that and things of that nature. But let's be real. I'm looking at it from an aspect that my own people are still in this military that don't know, right? That have signed, you know what I'm saying? You can call it signed your soul if you want to put it that way. That are just trying to create a way of living for their family. Because if anybody knows anything about the military, that's the best benefit that you can possibly get. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the United States of America, trust me, I know. So, and I'm not in the military, but I was a dependent at one point, just for a brief second, right? And that was some of the best years of my life living here in America. So, my thing is that there are some of our people that are in this position that don't understand, that don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? As Yasharala, that don't know that this is prophecy. You know what I'm saying? That now are waking up and seeing that, hey, that we living in a wicked society. And now they're paying attention, and now the dots are all tying in, and they looking like, well, why are we fighting for Israel when they are solely responsible in over the banking system, over the music industry? You know what I'm saying? All these, you know what I'm saying, stuff, then if you can call it conspiracies all you want, Epstein files, things of that nature. These is all leading back, you know what I'm saying, to these people. And now you have the other nations that are waking up, which goes back to Joel chapter 3, right? And how the Most High is going to stir up these other nations. So as far as for me, do I feel bad, right? As far as for these other nations, in a way I do. In a way I do.
Hey, while
And
we're
some
speaking on
may, and
that,
some may get mad at me, and I only feel bad because my people are also in these same positions. They're just not getting the camera put on them like they're putting on the other nations. But y'all can say what y'all got to say. But that's
while
my answer.
while we're on this topic, real quick, just go ahead, pull Proverbs 24 and start at 17, and let's read it out.
Yeah, I got you. You said Proverbs what, bro?
24. Let's start at 17 and read it out.
All right, I got you. I
17 all the
appreciate you,
way out.
fam.
Oh, just
Yeah,
just
let me
just
share
out
my
to
screen.
19. Just out to 19.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so Proverbs 24 right
Verse
here.
17 to
19?
19. Yep, for 24 to 17,
For
17 to
okay,
19.
17. Okay. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 17, all the way through 19. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth. Wow. And let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Almighty see it and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath, wow, from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious of the wicked.
Now the question is for our readers and our listeners, how and why do you apply that to yourself today? And this is why. When you rejoice over the destruction of your enemy from the standpoint of just like what we're looking at right now, when you rejoice over it, what happens is you vibrating according to the lower energy and not the higher energy of the divine nature in your conscious. You operating on a carnal frequency, and you just as guilty as everybody else is doing wrong out here in the same way. We was made to be above only. We was made to be the administrators of the covenant of the Almighty for the earth. So when you rejoice over the calamity, although you know it's coming, they getting what they get, what they deserve, but to rejoice and to hey, I'm glad that no, everybody gets their discipline. And so when you function on a higher vibration, then you operate in that way.
Man, that's a great point. And I'm glad you brought that out, YG, bro.
Yeah.
That was heat, bro.
And
Y'all put those ones in, put those ones in the chat for my big brother, bro. Phineas YG, real quick. Put those ones in the chat right now because that was heat. Go ahead, Elder.
I want to unpack something real quick. So I want y'all to, because I'm gonna have you pull up something from the internet too, Samron. But here's what I want to say first. There should not be a question at all, because we say that it's a conspiracy that the Israelis is controlling the United States. It's a conspiracy that they're controlling the markets over here. You know, all that propaganda is out there. And what happens is when it's put out there in a certain way, then you know, they say, well, that's propaganda. And then you got this thing called anti-Semitism, right? And I say Semitism, SEM, a Semite, not Shemite, but a Semite, because Sem is not in the scripture. Shem is in the scripture. But to unpack that, the United States said that they attacked Iran because they knew that when Israel bombed Iran, that Iran was going to attack the United States. That's what their position was.
I was gonna say you're right, Elder, because they've been attacking Iran since 1979, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. But just here in this media, this is what they said. This is what the president said. This is what his representation said, that they did a preempt attack because they knew that Iran, when Israel was going to fire missiles at Iran, that the United States would be targeted. The question is, so who's leading? Is it is it the Israeli or is it the United States? Or are they one and the same? But I want y'all to pay attention to something also. I want you to put this in your Google, Zenron. Put in there, U.S. ambassador for anti-Semitism. And we're going to see if we have an actual department with the ambassador for anti-Semitism.
All right, let me share this. So it says, I think this is ran from Rabbi Yehuda Kaplon. It says the current U.S. ambassador for anti-Semitism is Rabbi Yehuda Kaplon, who was confirmed by the U.S. Senate on November 19th, 2025. Kaplon's appointment is part of a broader package of nominations and reflects the increasing threats to Jewish communities worldwide. His confirmation comes amid a period marked by spikes in anti-Semitic incidents both in the United States and abroad. So I'm going to look a little bit more real quick, Elder. Because I'm looking right here in this picture right here. It says the Jewish Federations of North America. Do you see that?
They control the government.
Like, I don't know. Let me try to.
They control the government.
Hold on. Let me scroll it. Do you see that, Elder? Is that better?
I see it. Yeah.
Look at that.
They picked her from that.
Y'all see that, chat? Oh, this is a female, Elder.
Yeah, it's a female.
I thought this was a man.
No, they picked her.
Oh, wow. Sorry, chat. Y'all forgive me.
They picked her. Please. I remember when they So
Elder, that's not a female, Elder.
It's not.
Elder, that looks like Elder. That looks like who played the piano? Elton John. That looks like Elton John, Elder.
Hey, listen. Hey, I don't know. I can't verify, but from what they said, it is a female. But the looks look kind of crazy, you know. It's just like the lady that came out against Bill Cosby. She looked like Howard Stern, which was a Jew, also.
That's right.
You know.
He says it was a G. He said Howard Stern. That's crazy, yo.
You
I
knew
forgot
about that,
about
right?
him.
You
That's
knew
a
about
little,
that.
yeah, that's a little more accurate, Elder, than what I said. Howard Stern is crazy work, Elder.
let's shed some light on this.
But right,
So
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say is that, and you can have the mic, brother Finney. But what I was gonna say was, it should never ever be a question. The United States allegiance. You see at the bottom it says U.S. Department of State. They appointed this person into the position. So where is United States allegiance? We know where their allegiance is, right? We know anytime our people came out, Kyrie Irving, what's his name? Kanye
Ron
West,
Dog.
Ron Dalton, what's her name? Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, they shut Ron Dalton down. He didn't make no allegiance, but they just shut him down. Like
not only with Ron Dalton,
yeah.
he's in South Africa, right? To show you how powerful that is, he's in South Africa, and he was trying to air his movie Hebrews and Negroes Part 3 or 4, and the Jewish society controls the government over there, and they shut him down over there.
Dang,
I know Ron Dalton personally.
Crazy.
I know him personally. We helped the United Nations. WWlll helped him launch his first movie right here in Detroit when he.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah,
Elder got them plugs, y'all. Real talk. Phineas, you was about to say something real quick, bro.
Why go ahead,
one thing we got to understand is this. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, correct? So if that's the case, I ask this: who runs? If the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, who runs the earth?
The wicked.
The wicked. The
small
hats.
There's. I was about to say the specific family, which are the
Rothschilds, Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan Chase,
absolutely correct. Now, the Rothschild families are what? These are top dogs.
They Jew.
They cut off Mickey Mouse's ear on the right side and put it on top of their head, bro.
Hey, look at here, bro. These are top dogs. When I say the top dogs, these are the dandadas.
And not only
of it all. And so if that's the case, if United States is in leadership under so-called Israel, which was formed in 1948, I think that's the year, then what does that say? The Rothschilds even went on record and said, yeah, my family's the ones who invented, Israel and the whole little. They went on record and said that.
Well,
if they're in control of the United States, they're the puppet masters. Then this right here all makes sense.
Right, and that's the whole point. It even goes further back than this. It even goes further back than 1948 when they formed the Zionist movement.
Absolutely.
Because when you look at the United States Federal Reserve System, who made the Federal Reserve? Rothschilds, Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan Chase, Warburgs. All of those families developed the Federal Reserve System, which is not part of the United States government. Absolutely, and they are the ones that tell the United States to send money over to wherever. And I want to give you another tidbit. Go in your cabinet, go in your kitchen, and I want everybody to do this. Grab a canned good box, whatever it is that's a food item. You're going to see either a circle or a triangle with, I think it's a KD or a UK in the side of a circle. You know what that is?
Hold on, canned good what?
Any canned good, any box, any food item in your cabinet. I want you to go grab something. And Phineas YG, grab something too if you got something there. We're going to learn today for sure. We're going to learn who is controlling everything. Because and those that's listening in, go get get you a product. You'll look and you'll see on the box, on the canned good. It could be a bag of chips. It could be anything. Look real close. You'll see a circle with a UK, or you might see it might be a DK or some other letter. But that's
Oh shoot, Elder. Let me show my Are you talking about it like this? Hold on. See if y'all can see it.
Yeah. Where's it at? Down under there? Yeah, I think I see it. Yep. So
This shape right here. Hold on. Where I'm
it could be a triangle.
right there.
What's inside
Right there.
it?
Yeah, bro. It's like a circle with hella triangles.
I see the circle with the U.
Yeah, right there. Circle
there.
with the U. So you might see a circle with a K.
This on my corn, Elder.
Hey, it's gonna be on a lot of stuff.
I got it on a can of peas, sweet peas.
And I'm gonna tell y'all what that is.
I don't know if y'all can see that with my fingers there, but
you know what that
bro,
is?
What kind of peas is that, bro? That look like a beer.
He got some organic peas or something in the can.
Hold on, what's the name of them peas? That look like them peas is from my people.
Hey,
hold on, can I see the hold on, no. Them peas is from my people.
Or whatever it's called.
Oh, that ain't my people. My bad, y'all. I thought it said like
no,
you know what I'm saying,
right there with that
Quinta or something.
I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's right there.
Yeah,
my fingers that you
I see it. I see yours, YG. I see it right there.
I see it.
So so here's what that is. And you can Google this too. The U and the K, I think it's another letter also that's on products. That is representative of rabbinical organizations, Jewish organizations.
Right there, we got the triangle.
Right there. Yep, that's 1, 2. So that's rabbinical organizations that get so many cents per product to their organization. Now, when you Google it, some sources will say, well, they don't necessarily get any money from it, but what they're saying is they got that stamp of approval from the Jewish organization on the can. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself
I'm reading. Now you got me reading the back of this can, Elder.
Yeah.
And if I was to ask myself why, Elder, like, yo,
I want you to do this.
It's part of the curses. It's part of the curses, I would say, in Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying? Verse what is it? 48, where we would have to go through our enemy. 49, we have to go through our enemies for one of all things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And what I want you to do is Google, put in there, what does the U with the circle on food products in America stand for?
Okay.
And show everybody in social media. Or the K, the triangle with the K. I think Brother Phineas had the triangle with the K on one of his.
I have both, the U, the K.
Yep.
All right, here we go. 1 second. It says, y'all be making me getting quicker with my typing. I ain't gonna lie. So it says kosher certification. It says the U on the circle of food products stands for kosher certification. Kosher, keyword. Right? You'll see that's the wine. That's the wine that we used to use when I was in One West camps. What is it called? Like, I can't pronounce it. It's like, it's almost like Wiener Schnitzel. You know what I'm talking about, Phineas?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It says provided by, what is it called?
Read the rest of that.
Okay, it says provided by the Orthodox Union, OU. This certification indicates that the product complies with Jewish dietary laws known as kashrut or kashrut. What does that mean, Elder?
I forgot. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we can definitely pull it up.
Yeah. It's probably something in their language. It's probably instantiated with
Yiddish. That's Yiddish
or something. Yeah,
that's a Yiddish word. It's Yiddish, but
probably for Torah. Probably, I would guess, which dictates which foods are permissible and how they must be prepared. The presence of this symbol assures consumers that the food item and its production process meet strict religious requirements, ensuring Both the ingredients and the methods of preparation adhere to rigorous standards.
I want you to pause. Just let that sink in. The question is, I would say this: 90% of people in the United States don't even know. 95 don't even know that this is on here. Not even educated about this to even be aware that this was stamped and approved by some what they call kosher certification. And I'm gonna tell you what a kosher seal of approval is. It just supposedly mean that a group of rabbis supposedly prayed over the product to ensure that it was good. Now, these same products that you see with their seal on there, when you go read all the other ingredients in the can or in the box, a lot of that stuff is detrimental to your diet. But y'all saying is kosher.
Wow, that's crazy work.
Okay,
Right, because I'm looking at the back of this order. I'm like, yo, like the Most High didn't say that we were supposed to have this in our body. You know what I'm saying? Like even the liquid that's inside of this can of corn, because you know it ain't dry. You know what I'm saying? It's not healthy, Elder. Like, what we talking about?
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
We have to understand is this: let's not be fools to think that they eat this stuff.
Look,
they don't.
Here's the thing.
You know what they eating, Phineas. Well, Phineas, you know what they eating, Phineas. All y'all, if y'all want to know what they eating, this is my opinion. But y'all go watch Twilight. They on that blood diet. You know, that's why Tom Cruise looking still like he was looking from Jerry Maguire in '96.
That's why they got you eating all these different chemicals in your product so they can fatten you up. So here's so the thing is also is studies out there now. You got arguments about it, but every item that's stamped with that, there's also, they'll say it's a conspiracy that those particular organizations get so many cents per unit, per product with their seal of approval on it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So let's move forward. This is a video, you know what I'm saying, that YG, you know what I'm saying, wanted to check out. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm about to watch it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna watch the whole thing. But let's just check this out. It says Iran war rising. Black America needs to hear this right now.
Yo, when bombs start falling at 3 a.m, while most of America sleeps, when a supreme leader is assassinated in coordinated airstrikes and the retaliation comes within hours, killing American soldiers on bases across the Middle East, when the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil flows, becomes a battlefield, and gas prices are about to make your commute twice as expensive. And when all of this happens without congressional approval, without public debate, without you even knowing we were on the brink, that's not just breaking news. That's the empire showing you that your opinion doesn't matter, your voice doesn't count, and your children might be the ones sent to die for oil you'll never afford. And family, if you think this doesn't concern Black America, if you think wars in distant lands don't land on our doorsteps, you haven't been paying attention to 400 years of receipts. Hey, this is Chronicles of Blacks, and today we're breaking down something that should have every Black family in America on high alert. This isn't fear-mongering. This isn't speculation. This is documented fact stacking about what's happening in Iran right now, why it's escalating, and most importantly, why Black Americans always pay the highest price when this country goes to war. If you've been scrolling past headlines about Iran thinking it doesn't affect you, if you've been too busy surviving to pay attention to foreign policy, if you have children of military age and you're not connecting the dots between what's happening overseas and who they'll call on to fight, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Because what I'm about to break down could literally save lives in your family.
And that's real, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. But he made a great point, Phineas, you know what I'm saying, as far as talking about, you know, even for me, like my son, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm just trying to, like, hey, man, I'm, like I said, man, I'm not over here that's just sitting there, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Most High, you know what I'm saying, like make this stuff happen quick. Hey, I just want him to have mercy on me and my family and my brothers and my sisters is on this chat and y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because the day of the Most High is like something we've never seen. And so, you know, I'm hoping that my son don't even fall victim to having to go to any type of draft, which is why I'm pushing him, you know what I'm saying, to hoop, 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 and hoop more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But what do you think? What do y'all think as far
I
as what
You
I
gotta
said?
fix your screen, man. Your thing's going
Yeah,
bonkers
your
right now.
camera is going crazy.
Ah, man, hold on. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change real quick. Y'all gonna be on, but let me change my internet. 1 second.
Okay, so
1 second.
while he fixing that, what I was gonna say was, that video right there also depicts why, and what Zamron was bringing out, why it's important to be covered under the name that the Almighty gave us, because this is the blood that we put upon us today, is the name of salvation. What's going to hide you from the destruction is your declaration. The Almighty see. The Almighty watching you. He's looking to see what you're going to do. Because we can all talk about that we Yasharala. We can all wear tassels and fringes, keep a Shabbat and all that kind of stuff, whatever we want to do. But at the end of the day, you live in multiple personalities. Right? Right, YG?
Absolutely correct.
You at work as Joe Smith. Your license say Joe Smith or Christina Thomas. But when you in your Shabbat service, when you at home, you Aaron Ben Levi, you Sarah Ben Yahuda. But on your license it say something else. But what does it say? A double-minded man is unstable in what?
All his ways.
All his ways. So we got to stop being unstable and stop being double-minded and go out there and declare. Because at the end of the day, you don't have the power to take you out of harm's way. But the Almighty promised his people that he would cover them. But who are his people? And who showed a seal of approval? Who is called by the name that the Almighty gave? Called by. That means called by everybody. That don't mean that you call yourself this, but everybody else call you something else. This is the difference. I'm telling y'all, family, this is the difference for you to be delivered today. And again, when you change your name to Yasharala, you are dedicating yourself. You are subscribing to being the nation, not according to religion, not according to doctrine, but to your bloodline, your ethnicity, and your nationality. We can't say it enough. You got to get out there and do that, because the door is knocking at the door, y'all. We don't have that much time. It's knocking at the door. Things are escalating greatly. So let's get out there. Let's do it. Not only you do it for yourself, tell your friends and family. All you can do is tell them, show them, or bring them to us. We'll tell them what to do. We did it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to land back off you real quick before we move forward, I've been saying it the last few episodes. There's no more excuses, y'all. You know, people make time and efforts to do the things that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that out there. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We've been saying this for so long, since the very first episode. It don't make no sense. Why I know for a fact, we got people that are close to us who know it. We didn't show them in the scriptures. We didn't had conversations and explained the urgency of it, and still haven't had it done.
Mm-hmm.
They still have not had it done,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, we can't say, "Oh, I can't afford it," or let the money be the issue, because we can afford to do the things that we want to do.
Right. You're right. And you know what your nation is willing to do for y'all family? We have been on the forefront of speaking on behalf of the nation for years. We have sent countless letters to government, whether it be federal, state, local, or international. We are in a position at this point in time to listen, take away all the financial constraints for our people to change their name. We don't have no problem with telling them that. And once we say that, whether they do it or whether they hear or whether they forbear, it's on them. But if they forbear, watch the power of your Almighty come to your service. But you got to put the first foot forward. The baton is in your hands. Why? Brother Phineas, he done showed his ID. I done showed mine. Zamron working on his. We got other people in the chat working on theirs. It's time to do it, y'all.
And I'm glad you said that, because even with my situation, right? Like, I just had to get straight to the point, y'all. Like, I'm now just have to realize that, hey, I can't change all of my children's names. You know what I'm saying? As far as at least dealing with 1, 2, 3,
because of their
4,
mother. Because
of their mother. You
right.
know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, okay, well, do I just not, you know what I'm saying, change my name, you know what I'm saying, because they're still attached to mine, you know what I'm saying, as far as that last name. But at the end of the day, that last name, you know what I'm saying, right? Now that I know more of my family history, you know what I'm saying, as far as dealing over the last maybe 100 years, you know, maybe 150 years, yes, it holds weight, but the start of it was from a slave oppressor. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it was from the Germans. So, as far as dealing with my last name. So I've just got to the point that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and change it. You know what I'm saying? My wife's going to go ahead and change it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever can, you know what I'm saying, change their name is, hey, that's just what we're going to do. And just know that at the end of the day, my children are my children, you know what I'm saying? And that they'll be like, my father, you know what I'm saying, is Zamron. My father, you know what I'm saying, is Zamron Bond, you know what I'm saying, Yasharala, you know what I'm saying, Zamron, or son of Yasharala, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's where we got to get to, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that our oppressors, you know what I'm saying, have done as far as dealing with our book, as far as dealing with our history, as far as dealing with us as a people. This is part of the curse as far as Hosea 4:6, which is an extended curse as far as how we're going to be destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So the fact that we're seeing a lot of war and everything that's take place, and we've been seeing that, guys, for, I want to say, over the last elder probably like what, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of war just taking place. You know what I'm saying? These are signs that are letting us know, right, that the Most High is giving us that grace, you know what I'm saying, and that mercy, right, which is just a time period for us to go ahead and do the things that we need to do. So I do second to, you know what I'm saying, what Elder Shemaiah and what, you know what I'm saying, my brother Phineas YG had to say on that, you know what I'm saying, because even from my situation, you know what I'm saying, there's no excuse. So you may not, everybody has different situations. It may cost more, right? There's a lot more involvement, but what can you do, right?
And you know what? And I want to say this too, family. There are ways, even right now, for those that don't have money or the money to pay for the full thing. You can get the court costs waived if you have a record of your financial situation to file indigent status, so you don't have to pay the court cost itself. Now, the other cost, because you got to publicize it in the legal news, you might have to do that, but you're going to cut off at least half to all the way up to 75% of the cost. You could do that. The other thing is concerning what Brother Zamran was saying, because you may not be the only one out there like that. But as the head of your household and you doing yours, we have another way to deal with the children. You know, just rear them up in the ways of the Almighty, teach them who they are, and they can subscribe to it until they get old enough to put it in the system. There's ways to cover that in another process as well.
All praises. So let's get into this. Check this out, man. Let's watch a little bit more on this from what we were watching earlier.
Was killed in an airstrike on his compound in Tehran. This wasn't an accident. This was deliberate targeting of a head of state. The retaliation was immediate. According to the U.S. Department of Defense and multiple international news agencies, Iran fired missiles at American military bases across the Middle East within hours. Bases in Kuwait were hit. Bases in Bahrain were struck. Qatar, Saudi Arabia missiles rained down on American positions across the region. As of the latest reports, 3 American soldiers are confirmed dead. 5 more are seriously wounded. Civilian infrastructure in Dubai was damaged. Hotels, where American contractors and business people stay, were hit. The Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, through which approximately 20% of the world's petroleum passes, is now under active threat of closure by Iran.
And I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, you sent this, YG, because I want to address this real quick, you know what I'm saying? And I want to get y'all thoughts, right? Because as I'm listening to this, right, we got to realize, y'all, that, you know what I'm saying, as far as what's going on, we talked about it earlier. We addressed it, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of this live, that the stuff that we're going to show, that some of the stuff is fake and some of the stuff is real as far as what's presented. But you want to know what's real is that Iran has been whooping Israel's ass. And I'm just going to keep it 100. And the reason that I'm saying this is because the difference between the attacks that we see from Israel and along with the United States on Iran, they're attacking more oil refineries, right? Nuclear, you know what I'm saying, weapon sites, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Things that they're really more scared of, as where Iran, they actually have a lot more nuclear, not nuclear, but they have more missiles than we do as far as the US. So it takes a lot more money to make interceptors, right? Than it does for Iran to just shoot out missiles. These guys have been creating missiles under their backyard since 1979. And then we have other presidents in the past that have funded Iran, right? To the point that they've been waiting for this moment. So the difference is that Iran is like, look, yeah, we're not going to be able to attack America in the way that you guys are attacking us, but we can attack Israel because they're surrounded by us, right? And what they're doing is they're attacking normal spots, like you said, like you see, hotels, things of that nature, spots that, you know what I'm saying, Israel is not really, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to as far as radar. Because keep in mind is that, you know what I'm saying, is that Iran is linked with China, and China has radar and detection to be able to see these missiles as far as attacks that's coming from the United States and Israel. Exactly. So with this going on, what I feel, this is my personal opinion, what I feel that Iran's trying to do is trying to provoke places that you see all throughout, right? This Strait of Hormuz, right? Which draws in a lot of tourist attraction. They're trying to draw all these other countries to get upset and be like, damn, and get on board with Iran to try to fight back. What do you think?
I'm going to tell you this. The Strait of Hormuz is going to be the Achilles heel. I'm going to tell you why. Because Iran controls that waterway. And they already said they're not letting nobody in there until Israel stop, until the United States stop. The majority of countries across the world get their oil through that channel. So either what that's going to do, if nobody can get in there and countries start to have collapses because of that, then what that's going to do is cause countries to put pressure on the United States, pressure on Israel to stop, because they can't get in there to get that oil, because Iran already said somebody come in here, we blowing that ship up, because they control that waterway. And I'm gonna tell you, the United States wants that. They want that waterway because, contrary to popular belief, the United States dollar is done. The petrodollar is falling off. They have to control. They want to control the oil. That's why they went kidnapped the president from Venezuela. That's why they talking about Greenland. They want to do exploration in Greenland for oil. See, they don't tell you all of this stuff on the media. You got to dig deeper, do your own research. But it's about oil. That's what it's about.
And is it really about oil? You know what I'm saying? Or is that used as a distraction? Because, you know what I'm saying? They're also throwing out there, Elder. This is just something I'm just throwing out to you. They're also saying that, you know, and this could be a distraction that, because of the nature, right, of the Iranian people, as far as the false flags, or however you want to paint it, that was painted in the past, 9/11, right? Even dealing with, you know, saying October 7th, because October 7th, I don't know if you remember, has a lot of significance. I feel like has a lot of significance to do with where we're at right now.
Yeah.
October 7th, I believe it was, if you can refresh my memory, Elder, when Pakistan against which started the whole, you know what I'm saying,
I know what you're talking about.
that's over here in America. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Pakistan and Israel, I believe.
I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna be very frank. The United States is known worldwide to be the world power, but they also the world serpent. So whether it was 9/11, whether it was Tulsa, Oklahoma, whether it was the levees in New Orleans, just like they was talking about this one African guy went and did some mass shooting in I think it was, I forgot what state that
Yeah,
was.
he had it was in Texas. I
In
believe
Texas.
he had, we covered it last week, I believe. He had a sweatshirt that said like
property
hail
of
or praise,
Allah.
property of Allah, right?
Right.
Crazy word.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Meaning that, again, the United States deals in covert operations, whether it be international or whether it be national. I believe this is just belief right here, is that they're willing to expend some form of U.S. citizens for the cause of what they want to do. So I don't. You think about it. 9/11. What was his name? Not Saddam Hussein, but it was.
I believe that was done. I believe that was an inside job. You know what I'm saying? Done by the USA and Israel to sit there and try to
put Osama bin Laden was employed at one point in time by the United States. Again, when you look at Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all the Iraq and Iran, at one point in time, the United States had good relationships, and Israel at one point in time had good relationship with Iran, and Iran got some missiles still that was from the Israelis. Okay, Saudi Arabia, when they attacked when the United States attacked Saddam Hussein, a lot of weapons that Saddam had came from the United States.
That's a great point.
Saddam Hussein, he came to the city of Detroit twice in my lifetime and got the key to the city of Detroit. Now, what did that tell you?
Look at this comment, you know what I'm saying, from Earth Hill Angel. She made another comment earlier because, you know, she's over there in the Middle East now. Real quick, before we even look at this, I want to get back to that other comment that she made because I wanted your but let's just look at this one. She said that one of her ex-Korean students told her right in 2018 that they have something just for America, right? And he's a nuclear engineer. He laughed in class and I almost, you know what I'm saying, shit bricks after he said it. But with everything that's going on right now, like I said, with what we see as far as what America is actually putting out there, and I don't know if you've seen, Elder, but I will watch later. Maybe I can pull it up. But Israel, modern day Israel, is controlling what America can actually put out to us here in the public as far as what's going on right now with the current war. I don't know if you heard about that, YG.
Yep. Absolutely. Do y'all know that in Israel they passed a law that it's unlawful for anybody to do a DNA test?
No, I didn't know that.
You know why? Because it would reveal where they're not who they say they are. They're not Hebrew. They come from these other European nations. And they don't want nobody to get a hold of that, but it's actually unlawful for them to do that over there.
Right. And see, and this is what I was saying earlier, Elder, is that, you know what I'm saying? is that America and Israel, really Israel, they're focused on trying to hit a lot of, oil refineries and things that have something to do with oil, like you was talking about, because this was hit, I want to say 12 hours ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Another major oil refinery, which you guys are going to see a lot of the gas prices go up. They're already going up right now over here in
Right.
Washington State. I don't know if they're going up where you're at right now.
Oh yeah, like it's gonna get more ridiculous, but they creeping up a little bit, and they anticipate. I don't even want to say what they anticipate, but I don't want to put that energy out there. But just know that them gas prices is gonna hit the roof.
Yeah, they about to hit the roof. And the thing is that, you know what I'm saying, this is what's got a lot of the Americans, you know what I'm saying, that's living over here in the United States of America upset, because of the fact that they know that we're already dealing with, right, the prices going up sky high. But just with this going on right now, is going to go up even more. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, just for a barrel of oil right now is at least over $100 since this war has taken place, Elder. And all this goes back into prophecy. I just can't keep saying that enough. You feel me, Phineas? I can't keep saying it enough, Phineas. You've been saying it for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And now we seeing it. And so,
Right.
we really gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, get it together, Yasharala. You know what I'm saying? Like all that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm the top dog. You know what I'm saying? Oh, don't, you know what I'm saying? I know the most. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me nothing type spirit. Hey, that gotta go. Because when this type of stuff happens in a neighborhood near you, nigga, you might be destroyed. Excuse my language, but I'm just keeping it 100. So, bro,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
you know what? In a minute, I'm gonna tell you, religion, doctrine, debating, tassels and fringes, Shabbats and feast days, Easter, Christmas, all that stuff can go out the door when it hit the fan. Y'all gonna show you better than we can tell you. All that's gonna go out the door, and it's gonna be casualties. This is again, Yasharala, get out there and declare yourself. Stop falling down the tailpipe.
And look, Phineas, they lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the type of stuff that we not seeing. This was just an hour ago, right? Another U.S. service member has died in the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran. I don't even believe that picture is real. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Best believe the fact that Iran is still attacking, right, on the hour, that anybody that's coming over there from the United States, you know what I'm saying, they getting gunned down. That's my opinion.
Look. History has already confirmed what you're saying. If you go and look back at World War I, II, and even Vietnam, the United States hid the amount of casualties that from the general public over here intentionally. So
you said World War what? World War what?
One or
two?
All of them.
And two in Vietnam.
Real talk.
All of them.
All right.
I say Vietnam because America got their ass whooped on Vietnam.
Actually, they got their butt whooped in World War II because we lost more people than Germany did. That's the point. They don't tell you that though.
At all.
They don't tell you that. So they're not going to tell. Like if you notice, the news media will say, they'll say at least 6 Americans was killed. What that mean, at least? But you can tell me how many Iranians died, but you're going to tell me at least 6 Americans.
Let's be real. Let's be real, Elder, right? Let's be real. We look at this right here. We could just, it's safe to say, Elder, would you agree, YG, that the stats that they have here as far as casualties in the U.S. for World War II, that is probably double everything that we see here as far as numbers?
I would
They're talking about 416,800 military deaths, 670,000 right wounded.
Now look, go back up there. Here's where they use words, Smith. This is why they say approximately, and this was why they say around, because they're going to give you approximate and around the figure but around could mean approximate could mean where we might be off another 200,000. We could be off another 400,000. You know what I'm saying? So they use terms. See, you gotta when you read stuff like that, they really telling you, but they covering it in how they say it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I want to get into this video that Phineas sent me. Check this out, y'all. I believe he sent me this. Check this out.
China's President Xi, Russia's Vladimir Putin, North Korea's Kim Jong-un, all there together. And tonight, what President Trump is now saying about this, acknowledging today he did watch it. And the rare hot mic moment between President Xi and Vladimir Putin. Our Britt Clennett is in Beijing.
Tonight, a defiant show of force. China flexing its military might with its largest ever parade, sending a clear warning to the US it will not be bullied. For the first time, President Xi Jinping standing shoulder to shoulder with Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. China showcasing new weapons, including nuclear missiles experts say could be capable of striking the continental US. Powerful attack drones, including large torpedo-like underwater drones and lasers China calls the most powerful in the world, and four-legged robot wolves designed to locate mines and hunt down soldiers. While thousands of troops paraded in perfect unison.
It's quite extraordinary to be this close to marching soldiers right here in Tiananmen Square in the heart of the Chinese capital.
President Trump tonight acknowledging he did watch.
I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. I thought it was very, very impressive. But I understood the reason they were doing it, and they were hoping I was watching, and I was watching.
In an earlier post on social media, the president accused Xi, Putin, and Kim of conspiring against the US. Putin saying the suggestion shows Trump's sense of humor and claimed none of the leaders at the parade said anything negative about the president. And tonight, that rare hot mic moment right before the parade, Putin and Xi caught in a candid conversation. Putin overheard talking about multiple organ transplants as a way to achieve immortality. Xi responding, say some predict that in this century, humans may live up to 150 years old. Putin has been leading Russia for 25 years, Xi leading China for almost 13. And both leaders heard talking about immortality as they tried to send a message to the US and the world.
And David, one more thing we took note of here in Beijing, Kim Jong-un bringing his daughter, Kim Ju-ae, on this rare trip outside of North Korea, fueling speculation she could next be in line to lead North Korea.
See that? And what do you got to say about that, YG? Like real talk, because we seen that that parade was a while ago. But a lot of those missiles that I seen, YG, that was displayed there clearly have not been shot yet. What do you think?
I think we need to be taking everything exactly for what it is.
Yeah.
You think America got missiles that size?
Of course they do. But here's the thing though, right? So you got America, right? And who's America's only ally right now? Because everybody turned their back. Who's the only ally?
Israel.
So if you got all the other world leaders aiming at you, I don't know.
That's a great point, bro. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? You got people backing out. You know what I'm saying? You got all that turmoil going over there. You know what I'm saying? Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. You know what I'm saying? To you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know what I'm saying, my fellow Texans. You feel me?
Trump has placed this position. You know, he said, and again, all this is prophecy. What Trump doing is also part of the script. Let me just make that disclaimer. He is doing what he was put in office to do, and that's to bring the United States down inadvertently. But when he go out there and he kidnapped a Venezuelan president, he changed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of the United States. He says we can annex Greenland. He tells Canada, "Oh, y'all could be a state in the United States." And you're helping the Ukraine over there in something that you don't need to have nothing to do with, just like you over here helping Israel and what's something that you don't need to have nothing to do with, the attention is on top of this administration. And we haven't even begun to talk about what's happening internally to the United States. You know, and if we get time, we'll get to some of that too. But there's things that's happening here that they're not talking about.
Absolutely. Hey, Zamron, before you play this video, play the clip I sent before the show.
Oh yeah,
Which clip? Which clip?
You'll see it. It's the only one I sent. It's in the
it's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
my bad. I wouldn't.
You have to play that one.
United States, they talking about changing the regime in Cuba and like.
I already got it. I already got it lined up. Hold on.
And did y'all hear about the United States bombing Ecuador, attacking Ecuador because of the drug cartel?
No, I didn't, Elder.
Yeah, they're doing that too right now. So we spread thin. What I want y'all to study, I want everybody to just study. Why did the Roman Empire? Why did the Roman Empire fail? They were spread too thin. But go ahead.
Hold on, real quick.
You know what? And
oh, that's right. It's on my Instagram.
That's exactly where it's at. But I did put it in the chat as well. They are following the same exact playbook. Why? I don't know. It's kind of weird, strange, but hey, you can't undo what the Most High do. It. Don't none of us had that much power. So
exactly. The Almighty uses the enemy's fuel to bring their own destruction.
Right. Let's check this out. Let me unmute this and see if we can play this back. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
گله میکنن که چرا ملت ایران میگن مرگ بر آمریکا. اولا بنده این رو برای حضرات بزرگان آمریکایی روشن کنم.
Let me make something clear for the U.S. Death to America means death to Trump, John Bolton, and Mike Pompeo. It means death to American rulers. We have no problem with the American people. Death to America is about the rulers of America.
گروهی که دارید اداره میکنید کشورتون رو. مراد
It's about a group of people who are currently in charge.
دیگران بحث ملت آمریکا نیست.
There will be others when the next term of office begins.
دولت آمریکا و رژیم آمریکا همین شرارت، همین دخالت، همین خباثت، همین رذالت رو در اعمال خودش داره، این مرگ بر آمریکا از دهان ملت ایران نخواهد افتاد. من
Wow, that's crazy, bro. Hey, it's up, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard me, but I just wanted to translate that because it may be hard for some of y'all.
I will go through it one more time. I will play it, leave it muted. That way you can just read it.
So, all right, bet. Let's do that. Let's do that because this y'all need to hear this, right? This is crazy work, bro. It means death to American rulers as far as death to America. We have no problems with the American people. That's what he's saying, right? Just the rulers of America. You understand? Which is like the Illuminati, you know what I'm saying? The government. It's about a group of people who are currently in charge. This is what he's alluding to. There will be others when the next term of office begins. And he's saying this amongst, a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, people that need to hear this. As long as America continues its wickedness, that's letting y'all know this is the reason why that they tired of this stuff. The Iranian nation will not abandon DTA.
Right. Now, is that the
and old... So, and hold on real quick. It says the authorities complain and ask why, right? And he's saying, let us make this clear. And he let it be clear. That's what they're saying that for. But go ahead, Elder.
Is that the old leader?
Yes.
That's who they just killed.
Yeah, that's what they just killed. Right.
This was aired, I want to say like a couple of weeks ago or something like that. It's relatively new.
Before they killed him. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And remember they were they brought that out. They allowed that to be brought out in the American news as one of the reasons, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, as far as why they provoked, you know what I'm saying, this war as far as Israel, you know what I'm saying, amongst the Iranians. So hey man, you know what I'm saying? They understand what's going on, Elder. YG, they understand what's going on. They know that, you know what I'm saying, that like you said, it's just them two. It's us and them. When I mean us, not us like as Yasharala, but like us as far as who live here. Right? It's us and them. And the other nations, you know what I'm saying, have turned on Big Brother. So you have to rely on, you know what I'm saying, the number one source of income, which is the reason why, guys, that America's quote unquote trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. We're in debt to, come on, man.
Yeah,
y'all know what's going on. The small hats, bro.
Right. I think we up upwards of about $40 trillion or something like that in debt.
Yeah, this is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So let's look at this, you know what I'm saying? Because what Phineas was, what we just showed from Phineas YG, understand this too, y'all, is that while all this is going on, prophecy is actually fulfilling, but it's not being talked about. Right, YG? Why? You know what I'm saying, Elder?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this Mississippi River, man, and see what's going on. Check this out, y'all.
The Mississippi River is dying in real time. Right now, on March 6th, 2026, water levels at gauging stations from Minnesota to Louisiana are registering numbers that hydrologists say should be impossible. Readings are so low that the riverbed itself is exposed for the first time in recorded history. And what scientists found on that bottom is not just shocking. It is a warning so severe that federal emergency agencies are using a phrase they have never used before about America's greatest river. The system is failing. The collapse begins. March 6th, 2026, 4:52 a.m. Central Standard Time. An automated gauging station, 073740000 at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, transmits a water surface elevation reading that stops the overnight monitoring team cold. The number on the screen read minus 11.3 feet. Not low, not critically low. Minus below the established zero datum. A measurement that the United States Geological Survey's own instrumentation was never calibrated to record because no one in the history of American hydrology believed it was possible. Within 8 minutes, the National Weather Service Mississippi River Forecast Center in Slidell, Louisiana activates its highest internal alert protocol. Supervisors are called in from home. The Army Corps of Engineers receives emergency notification across all 7 river divisions simultaneously. By 5:30 a.m., the Coast Guard begins broadcasting urgent marine advisories across all navigation channels from Cairo, Illinois to the Gulf of Mexico. At 6:14 in the morning, the first barge groundings are confirmed. 3 fully loaded grain barges operated by American Commercial Barge Line run aground near Natchez, Mississippi, in a channel that was fully navigable just 72 hours earlier. Each vessel carries 1,500 tons of cargo. All 3 are immovable. By 7 in the morning, 14 additional vessels report grounding incidents across a 200-mile stretch of river. Port captains begin issuing emergency stop orders. Navigation on the lower Mississippi is shutting down in real time. The numbers arriving from upstream are devastating and accelerating. Memphis, Tennessee, records a stage of negative 4.7 feet. The lowest reading since systematic measurement began in 1872.
We're talking 4.7 feet under the Memphis Bridge. I used to live by there. Probably under the West Memphis Bridge. From Fort City, Arkansas, you know what I'm saying, going straight, you know what I'm saying, to West Memphis. There's a bridge, you know what I'm saying, that connects the two. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to live on the eastern part of Arkansas. And if they're measuring that, that means even over there, we're talking like 4.7 feet. Like, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, your 6 or 7-year-old can probably safely swim in there. I mean, that's crazy work.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't nothing go. And so here's the issue. You know, I want everybody to watch that on their own. But what's happening with that is know that the Mississippi River is used for commerce for national and international purposes. It affects at least 14 states. 14 states get their clean freshwater reserves from the Mississippi River. What does that mean? They have a water system intake in those states that take that water in, and then they go ahead and purify it and push it through their transmission and distribution systems throughout their urban and suburban areas. So if it drops later in the video, it tells you if it drops another 18 inches, they will not be able, those 14 states will not be able to get their water supply from the Mississippi River. That's devastating. So while all this stuff is going on international, this is going on right here. The infrastructure is failing.
And you know what? I'm actually glad that you sent this video, Elder, because you know, everything that happens on this planet of existence, what did he say that he put up for y'all code, man? He put up signs, man.
Signs.
For us to be paying attention to and watching what's going on. And we be blindly looking at stuff and don't even fully be understanding what's really going on behind the scenes, what the Most High has really got going on. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's crazy that you said that this river, and it was a great point that you made as well, is that this river has to deal with international and national within commerce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this Mississippi River feeds, only I guess gives water to, as you disclosed, 14 different states. You know how many people that is in each state? That is a lot. But now let's watch this real quick. Zamar, bring up this picture that I sent you earlier. In regards to the Mississippi River.
Yeah, I believe it's on Instagram.
I texted to you earlier.
Oh, that's right. That's right. 1 second. I believe.
And then I want you to pull up the book of Isaiah.
Oh, I didn't send it. Let me send this to myself. 1 second. And I got you. 2 seconds. And then pull up the book of what?
Isaiah 11th chapter.
All right, 1 second here. All praise to the Most High, Him and Him alone.
That's right.
1 second.
So let's pull the picture first, and then let's get the scripture.
All right, there we go.
And then and don't get on my helmet either, because we gonna need elders' wisdom for this.
What you about to pull out? I know you said don't get on my helmet. That means you about to pull out the New Testament.
No, I ain't pulling out the New Testament. No. I'm not breaking it down. I know how you be. I'm not gonna break it down. This one, we need elder for. I can do it, but we need elder, man. We need elder.
All right, bet. Let me share this. So this picture right here, right?
No,
that's what you sent me.
No, in your text message.
That's the one I sent you.
Right. I sent you an actual picture in your text message.
Brother, it's the show. We
Give me
live
a second
now. You want to send pictures now? We live. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. And let me stop sharing because I'm not trying to share this is crazy work. I am not sharing my Facebook. Sorry. Phineas. That's all I'm gonna say. That's my brother, y'all. But real quick, I want to go over this scripture real quick again. Let me share my screen while he's getting that together so that we can actually share that picture. Because we brought it out earlier. As I prepare to pull something else up. But Elder, could you just break this down one more time if you don't mind?
Okay. With 17 through 19?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and read that.
If you could just go ahead and read it and break it down, I'm gonna go ahead and get the next thing prepared.
Okay, all right. It says, "Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Almighty see it, and it displeases him, and he turneth away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious of the wicked." He wanted me to read this again, Phineas. And so,
okay. But
so I was waiting on you. Inbox on what? Facebook, Instagram. Phineas, Facebook and Instagram. Inbox. Which inbox?
You on mute, Phineas.
No, I was telling him to check. Telling Zama to check his inbox. I just sent it to his to your inbox, the picture. That way you could download it on the computer and bring it up.
Facebook or Instagram. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Facebook or Instagram? Which inbox?
Phineas, he said Facebook or Instagram, Phineas.
Inbox is Facebook. DM is Instagram.
I got it. Right here. Right here.
Yeah, that's it right there.
There we go. All right,
now,
go ahead, break
take a
that
look
down.
at this river.
Break it down.
Look at all the states that this river feeds, as Elder had brought out. Are you able to blow that up?
Hold on. One second.
That's the lifeline of the United States.
Man, it ain't let me.
Y'all look at this.
It look good right there, though. It look good.
That's cool. That's cool. Look at this. Let's pay attention to this, right?
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
So you got minute.
This even goes up there to where you're at, Elder. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, right.
It even man, it goes.
So we got Minneapolis,
it's over
Wisconsin.
here where I'm at.
Hold on.
It goes all through Kansas. It goes through Nebraska. It goes through the Dakotas, man. It goes through the Wyomings, man. It hits the East Coast. Like, this river feeds so much, man. Zamron, I can't hear you.
I know you can't hear me because I was talking and you were still talking, so I muted
Can
up.
you hear me?
I can hear you very clearly.
Is crazy. Hold on.
Very clearly. Tap in, chime out, and come right back in. But what he was saying, though, right, is that if we count the states, if you guys can see clearly, you got Wisconsin, okay? That's a state. That's one. I've been to Wisconsin, particularly Cable. Minnesota, or Minneapolis, right? That's 2. Through Iowa, that's 3. Okay, then you also have Illinois. Okay, that's 4. All right, y'all bear with me. Right? My bad. Slocky. That's 4. Now, from Illinois, it breaks off because you have in the light blue where the streams connect to the Mississippi,
right?
Which is a part of it. So now it breaks off. You have Missouri, St. Louis, right? It breaks off through South Dakota, North Dakota, all the way to Montana, even close to where I'm at, because it stops at Montana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here, you know what I'm saying, in the Pacific Northwest. But it goes through, it stops a little bit in Colorado, travels through Kansas, Arkansas, right? I was talking about Northeast Arkansas as far as where I was living, which would be more so, you know what I'm saying, I would say, they got them all mapped out wrong, but more so like towards this area, right, where my mouse is at. But even through Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, pretty much throughout, you know what I'm saying, damn near the entire United States of America. That's what Phineas wanted to bring out.
That's the lifeline. It's the vein. It's the artery of the United States when it comes to river waterways, because as you can see, all those other rivers feed into it. And if the Mississippi dry up, what's going to happen to those other rivers also? You know, that's the question, you know. So, you know, they don't have a large body of water like Michigan. You know, Michigan has, you know, the Great Lakes. We got all those lakes there, but even then, you know, it's going to be a lot of things that happen that way too, because there's a lot of contamination going on. It's all kind of stuff happening. So they're not talking about that, you know.
But
I want to look at this real quick.
This is the point that I want to bring out before you do that. Go to Isaiah, the 11th chapter.
Got you. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 11.
We're going to start at verse 12 and read it all the way out. Elder, hit us with your wisdom, man, because people got to understand that this is way deeper than what they're showing us on the video, man. This is all part of a plan that the Most High is putting together, man.
Hallelujah.
You know, hey, I've adopted that now, though, Phineas. You know how I used to joke about you all the time for doing that?
Yeah. That's why I was telling you earlier, don't get on my helmet.
Since you've been out of the episode the podcast a few episodes because of personal reasons, I've had to adopt that now. Now I understand. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12, guys. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Yasharallah, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Now pause. This is so critical. We're gonna deal with each point. It says, and he shall set up a ensign. What's an ensign? So an ensign. What? So ensign. We have some ensigns, family. Ensigns is an insignia, like a flag. It could be a banner. It can be a people. And it says an ensign for the nations. The people of Yasharallah, the children of Yahudah, are an ensign, and the Almighty gonna hold us up, just like Moshe held up that staff with that serpent on it back in the day. And it said, and he says, and shall assemble the outcasts of Yasharallah. That's the ensign. All this stuff happening is for this purpose. And gather together the dispersed of Yahudah from the four corners of the earth. Here's a critical point. It was Yahudah that's placed straight across the four corners of the earth, not the whole nation of Yasharallah. It was Yahudah. So it's Yahudah that's going to be brought back forth because it's the king tribe, it's the lead tribe. Okay. And we have all of those flags on our website. You can get one today if you want one. Or if you want to inbox me and say, Elder, I need one of them flags. Just inbox me and y'all can get one. Inbox Zamra, inbox
Elder. Elder, I need one of the flags for my new tribe. He's a guy. Yes.
And you need it with a sombrero on it. You need a sombrero with it.
Yes. It's a Rocky.
You need a sombrero with it, Zamra.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I do need a sombrero. Make sure you put some diamonds on that. You know, I like to shine. You feel me?
I got you.
On some YG type stuff. You feel me?
So
you know how we do Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
verse 13.
Verse 13. It says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim."
Now, why is that important to understand or understand? The envy of Ephraim, right, shall depart. Why was there an issue between Yahudah and Ephraim? It goes back to when the nation was split. Guess who the Yahudah always had their king out of the seed of Dawid. But the other nations picked their king, the other tribes, picked their king out of Ephraim. So they were always at odds. They were fighting, right? Well, what it's saying here, that's going to depart. And the adversaries of Yahudah shall be cut off. Meaning whoever came against Yahudah will be cut off. And it says, Ephraim shall not envy Yahudah, and Yahudah shall not vex Ephraim. So they're going to be brothers once again. But keep going.
Wow. Verse 14. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. I see what you're doing, Phineas. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them.
All right. So when we look at the Philistines, when we look at Edom and Moab, that's a whole nother. Edom is a whole nother conversation, and Moab is where the Almighty set up that when he put when Moshe delivered the word of the Almighty, it was in Moab, right? And he said, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Now, Ammon, Edom, Moab, Philistines. What complexion were these people?
At the time.
At that time, what was their complexion?
At that time, dark skin.
Absolutely, they were all melanated people.
Mm-hmm.
All melanated people. To the point where who are the Philistines today? Don't nobody know. Right? And actually, if we really, and this is a whole nother subject, but we will deal with it. But
Malek's corner elder.
Yes, we're gonna get on Malek's corner.
Malek's corner elder.
And we're gonna deal with Edom and Moab and Ammon. So
make them come there. Make them come there for those deep breakdowns.
Come to Malak's corner for that. For sure. We will not leave no stone unturned concerning those things. Promise you that. But read verse 14.
Verse 14 again. But they shall fly upon the shoulders
Oh,
of
I'm
the
sorry. I'm
Philistines.
sorry. 15.
No, we got to read it. No, for clarity.
Okay.
But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them.
All right. So
Verse
at that time, they were the Philistines. It says they were going to fly on the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west to spoil Edom and Moab, right? And the children of Ammon. The same thing is going to happen in our day and time. The Almighty going to use these other nations to spoil each other while he resurrect and emerge Yahudah from the thickets, family. So the fall and the turmoil that you see is for the rise of Yasharallah. It's for Yahudah to emerge from the thickets and declare the nation. Again, that's why Yahudah, remnant seed of Yahudah, if you don't know that you that, you need to go out there and declare it, family. And if you don't know that you there, please come to Malak's Corner. We're going to talk to you about it.
That's real. Verse 15. And the Almighty shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty hand, over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry shod.
All right, so he gonna dry up all the water. Gonna dry up all the water, right? Everything gonna be dried up. And just like when the children of Yasharallah left ancient Egypt and crossed the Reed Sea, or the dead, whatever they call it, Dead Sea, however they call it today, he caused that water to dry up. Right.
But the point that I want to make out real quick, I'm gonna land off you real quick, Elder. Hold on. This is what I want y'all to see. See, this is why it was important for that video that you found and showed on the show about what's going on with the Mississippi River, right? And I brought up the picture, and because you said on how much 14 different states, on how much water that it actually feeds, and how many people were in each state that it feeds, right? It's broken. Now, I understated this years ago. I'm sure that you have too. The Mississippi River is the only river in the whole entire world, I know because I researched it, that breaks off in the 7 streams. Let's continue reading. Let's continue reading. Read 15 again, and then go to 16.
Verse 15. And the Most High shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry shod. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Yasharallah in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt.
So now, here's the thing that we have to also draw into this too, y'all, is that in relation to the physical side of this. So we reading in Isaiah 11, right? And when Isaiah he didn't go into Babylonian captivity. He was there before the Babylonian captivity.
Facts.
He didn't even go into the Assyrian captivity. Okay. But the thing is that when Yahudah was pressed together with Yasharallah in captivity, where were they? They went into Babylon, and then Babylon was taken over by the land of the north. Who was that? That was the Medes and Persians. The Medes and Persians took over Babylon, and that's where Cyrus came and gave the decree in relation to Yasharallah, right? And so when he gave that decree, Cyrus was the Medes and Persian Empire. Where was that? Who is the modern day Medes and Persians today?
Iran.
Right. So when you go look at who people are today and tie them to what the scripture is talking about, then we can get a timeline, because some things happen already. Now, that's not to say that certain things may not happen similar in the future, but some things happen already. So when you go and look up, like in that area that it actually happened at, there's things that's dried up now that we can't find because it's dried up already. It happened. And that's just like for example, we talked about this, Zamran. They said, well, there's no archaeological evidence or historical evidence of Moshe. We talked about that, right? When you were on the show with another brother.
Right.
But why is that? That's because Moshe never entered into the promised land. He was always in the wilderness, right? So there was no signet of him from that perspective. So when we go look at, you can look up historical fact and archaeological presence for King Dawid. You can look up archaeological and historical fact for King Hezekiah. You can go look at these not from a Jewish religious, or like, because Jews want to claim everything, not from that perspective, but from historical and archaeological perspectives. They found those insignets on artifacts. I'm saying all that to say that there's certain things that already happened. Can we go into what's happening today with some of those things? Yes, you can kind of start to place that, but certain things that we read about, especially like a lot of those things already happened.
Okay, so the question that I have is, are you saying that this isn't a future prophecy?
I'm saying that what we read in Isaiah already occurred. And I can show you that.
But wait a minute, but it says, and there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left.
Now, there was a remnant. Didn't the remnant come out of Babylon during the time of the Maccabees?
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Yeah. So we can go on that point, but we'll do that.
But see what Phineas was alluding to, you know what I'm saying, Elder, too, is that we can't forget that nothing is new under the sun.
No,
right?
No,
and
yeah.
So when you look at a lot of the prophecies, you know what I'm saying, or as far as the situations that happen in the Tanakh in the past, right? We see a lot of this stuff happen, even dealing with the, you know what I'm saying, Obadiah 1:18. But we're also going to see that again too as well, you know what I'm saying? And it will be up to the Most High to decide, you know what I'm saying, who that is of today. But what we can do is connect the dots, like what you've been doing. Right. And what we can see as far as dealing with characteristics, landmass, right? What's happened in the past, history, line them all together, you know what I'm saying? And then you can definitely see, okay, yeah, even though this stuff happened in the past, it's also going to happen in the future, because the Most High hasn't made an end completely of all these nations. Right. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of elaborate to both your point and also, you know what I'm saying, Phineas's point as well, because we can't say that this is not future prophecy, but we also can't say that this hasn't happened already. If you kind of understand where I'm coming from.
Right. But I can say, but we can prove that it has happened already. We're waiting for it to happen again.
Exactly.
So it's a difference from what has happened to what you're waiting for. Now, what I would say is this, is that the Almighty sent Isaiah to speak about this, to talk about what was happening. Do we not think that the Almighty's hand, do we think that his hands is slack for him to send a word by mouth of somebody of Yasharallah to speak about what's going to happen today? Because the Almighty, he going to choose his messenger to speak about that in this day and time. Our prophets are dead and gone for those times.
And that's why too, like you'll see, like, you know, the prophets after Isaiah, like I can go to Ezekiel, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, even Jeremiah, you know, who definitely lived in his captivity, even prophesied even more in detail as far as what we're seeing with modern day times right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dealing with this war. And
Right.
so I do definitely agree that time period, you know, is very important when you do look at certain things because you know, it definitely gives you more clarity. But again, that double prophecy, I'll be with that double prophecy, Elder. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that I
Well,
even be seeing in the Torah,
And,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's happened to the children of Israel, that has happened to our people, you know what I'm saying? Years later, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree
So,
with that. I agree with some of that, but
mhm.
also just like it's a dual prophecy, it should be a dual prophet that speak about that.
I feel you. I feel you.
absolutely. And I also want to respond to uh beloved earth healing angel, and she said hope these folks don't start saying again Mississippi is the promised land. That's not what I was trying to allude to at all, because when you dive into the scriptures and you go into the, I think it's in the book of Leviticus, it says that the land is lying desolate. So
Definitely.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
and right now
Yeah,
it's enjoying its sabbaths and stuff, so I'm
right.
not trying
Yeah.
to allude to that at all. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
auntie. Hey,
saying?
that's my auntie. She
um
gonna check you, bro. She gonna check you, bro. She gotta ask some questions. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
hey,
No, what he's alluding to though, auntie, is that, you know what I'm saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Phineas, but what he's alluding to is that the things that we see written in the scriptures are as signs, you know what I'm saying,
mhm,
to let us know that the Most High is coming back, you know what I'm saying,
right.
to redeem
yes,
us.
You know,
yes.
you know one sign that I want everybody to remember. Do y'all remember it happened a couple years ago? The total eclipse. It
Yep.
happened in the span of like I want to say a couple years, and it formed an X right on the United States.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
The path of the eclipse.
yes. And hey, can you bring that up? Bring that picture up.
Which picture? Yeah,
What
that what
Elder
you
was just talking
brought
about.
of the eclipse.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
because it actually pinpoints.
Well,
If I'm not
which year?
mistaken,
What's the name of this?
right
Which
on the
solar eclipse though? Which one?
it was two of them. It was two of them, and one had a pathway going one way, and the other one had a pathway going the opposite way, and it formed an X on the pathway right on the United States.
All right, 1 second, I got you.
So put you should see it. It should be picture that shows an X of the pathway of the solar eclipse or lunar
Hold
eclipse.
on, y'all might know it better than me because I don't
I'm
remember.
gonna see if I can find it for you real quick.
I'm over here looking, but it doesn't really.
You just got to put the right thing in the algorithm. You know how it is.
Let's try this. No, hold on. 1 second, y'all.
Oh, I think I got it.
You got it, bro.
I think I got it.
I got it too.
What I need to type in?
I just put in. I put in Eclipse X's out America.
Eclipse what?
X's Eclipse X out America.
Okay. This is not what y'all got. Out of America or out America?
It's X out America.
Hold on. And you got Eclipse typed in there?
Yeah, I'm
Bro,
gonna
just send it to me. Hold on.
I'm gonna send it to you now.
Because y'all might be on a different server. Hold on. What about this? Nah.
It
That
happened.
ain't it.
It happened in 2024. It happened in 2024, y'all.
All right, that's what I'm looking for, really. You know what I'm saying? So 2024 eclipse, solar eclipse, right?
X out America forms an X. Put in solar eclipse forms an X on America. Something like that.
Okay. Now I got what you're saying. My bad. Hold on, let me see. Let's get some images, y'all. All right, here we go.
There we go.
Hold on, let's go. Let's not use this one. This one's better. As you see here.
Now you know what state is it right on? I think that's on Missouri.
Yep.
And
that's where most of it's at.
Yep.
It's by the rivers.
Hey, Phineas, you on
Again, that's the point. Right on the Mississippi. Come on, man. The Missouri River is part of the Mississippi River, man. Part of the 7 streams.
Right. So
come on, man.
What it is that death is to America. And that's the sign that you're seeing. That's the sign that you're seeing. Because this land ain't gonna be fit for man or beast when y'all is done. Period.
I agree, but also let's not forget that, you know what I'm saying.
And appreciate you, Jay Pina. Appreciate you, Jay Pina, for the $10 super chat. Love you. All praise to the Most High and him alone.
Absolutely. But our what I was about to say, yeah, our people got to be saved up out of here though. You know what I'm saying? The ones that he see fit, the ones that he chosen, you know what I'm saying? They still got to be saved out of here.
So you know how they be saved out of here? How was we saved? How was our firstborn saved out of destruction of Egypt?
We humbled ourselves down and
they had to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost. But guess what the blood of the lamb today is?
Declare who you are.
Declare who you are. Declare who you are in their system. Y'all, I'm telling you, time is running out.
That's a good point. I just thought about what you just said. That's
now you want to talk about dual prophecy? Declare that today.
I love it. All praises.
It ain't funny, but it's funny. Elder was waiting on that, Phineas. He was holding that in for a minute, bro. I was fired. He came back quick with that. We're gonna talk about some dual prophecy.
Hey, beloved said bars.
Hey man, but look, we got a lot to talk about, but we're gonna save this. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta end this live, y'all. It's been a little bit over an hour and a half. We always pushing 2 hours.
Yeah.
Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gregory Hunt for the $5 donation. We love you, King. You know what I'm saying? But look, so I'm just gonna say it. I gotta go on vacation. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone for a week, y'all. I'm going to the Bay Area. I gotta go see my older sister. You know what I'm saying? Because me and my wife have been together long enough now. She has passed the test, and it's time for my older sister to meet my wife. So shout out to my wife. She has passed the test. I do not introduce, you know what I'm saying, a lot of women that I've been with, you know what I'm saying, to my family. So my older sister is very dear to me, you know what I'm saying, because she's OG in my mind, you know what I'm saying. So I will be in the Bay Area for a week, Elder. I'm not gonna lie. I need the break. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. But I need you to show me, because I do have.
We'll talk about that.
Okay. All right. Look, that's fine. But check this out.
We'll talk about that after the show.
Oh, I love it, man. I love my older man. I love my brothers. Hey, man. But I want to say, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the chat. Peace and blessings to the chat. I appreciate y'all for being active in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So real quick, right? Man, I want to go back and look at this chat. Chat was popping today. They was bringing out a lot of stuff today.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
We might have to go back and look at because you'll see it on the screen on the right corner. We might have to go back and look at the live chat, look at some of the comments they were saying, and bring up some subjects, you know what I'm saying, and answer some questions, because I'm talking about very active. But I love y'all. Y'all got any final words before we get up out of here?
All I want to say to my families, we love y'all. Look, join us also on Malak's Corner, and where we will break down the Torah, the Tanakh, according to the will of Yah and how it applies to today. So, you know, we have this. So we air that on Tuesday, and we'll keep y'all posted on that as well. But get out there and declare who you are. Go out there, declare your bloodline, ethnicity, and nationality on the record, and be the nation that the Almighty called you forth to be.
And real quick, for my members, I know y'all been waiting. Before I leave and I fly out, make sure you guys tap in on this same channel tomorrow. Elders, you can tap into as well.
Okay.
I can send you the link if you want to get in.
Yeah, send me the link. Send me the link.
Yeah, I can send you the link if you want to get in. But I'm gonna be going live at 5 p.m. West Coast time, my time. And I'm just gonna be going on 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Members only.
Okay.
Members only live, right? My open thoughts on various subjects in the tour. I'm talking about, hey, look, this is a members only live that I'm not gonna be coming in talking about acting like I know everything. No. I want to bounce off ideas. I want to see what y'all read. And I want to see what the Most High is, you know what I'm saying, speaking to the members, you know what I'm saying, who's definitely been rocking, you know what I'm saying. Elder, if you chime in, you know what I'm saying, I want to be able to bounce off questions and things of that nature. So if you chime in, you know what I'm saying, that would definitely be dope. But my open thoughts on various subjects in the Torah, make sure you guys chime in. Hit that notification for the members. It's members only, and that's it. And even after the live, it's going to stay members only. Best believe that. I got to bring my brother back on. Phineas YG, you know what I'm saying? Got any final words?
Oh, man. I got a whole lot, man, but we're just going to... I'm going to keep it the same, man. Y'all need to go out and declare who y'all are, man. You may not have tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You may not have next week. You may not have next month. Some of us ain't gonna wake up tomorrow. So why are you sitting here playing with it? That's all I got for you.
Hallelujah.
That's it.
Hallelujah. When with that being said, this is another episode of Let the Truth Be Told podcast, right? I'm Zamron the Servant, Phineas YG, Elder Shemaiah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll see you guys, you know what I'm saying, for another episode. Until then, peace and blessings. Humble down and let's get ready to go back down to the real town where we belong, you know what I'm saying? And that's the land of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom.
Let the truth be told.